Hi everyone, Steve here. Well, welcome to another video. A bit of an update video and a bit of a like how to do it video. A few tips and that I want to show you today because a few weeks ago I showed you this battery here that was sent out to me by LiTime. It's one of their new Group 24 Smart Edition 12.8 100 amp hour Bluetooth capable batteries. They contacted me and wanted to know did I want to do another collaboration with them, and I didn't really need any more batteries, but I happened to notice this smart battery had just come in on the market in Australia, and I thought what a good opportunity to showcase this battery and show you all about it. I have a video about it, so make sure you check that one out. I won't go into that again, but when I was doing the video I realised that this battery is so tiny. Like, I didn't really understand how big it was. It is only 250 millimeters wide, 210 millimeters high, and 170 millimeters deep. And it got me thinking about upgrading the power in the caravan. That's what today's video is about. I'm actually going to be connecting two of these batteries together in parallel. That way I can keep the 12.8 volt charge in it, but I can double the amp hours. So two 100 amp hour batteries are going to give me 200 amp hours. They are 1280 watts. So that is going to give me over 2000 watts of power as well. So going to be really great. I've got 120 amp hours in there at the moment. I'll be pulling that battery out, and because these two batteries will be able to fit in that way side by side in the caravan, I'll be able to hook these up in parallel and have 200 amp hours at 12.8 volts, and hopefully that will get us through anything we need to do. I don't need anything bigger in there at the moment, guys, because I've got multiple power stations that have, I've just got the new All Powers with the 2500 watt inverter in it. It's nearly 200 amp hours. So I've got plenty of power, like in the Ranger, I've got 230 amp hours in there, thanks to LiTime, the 230 amp hour battery they sent me out. I've got a 2000 watt inverter in there. So I've got plenty of power and plenty of inverters. All I want to do is upgrade the 12 volt system in the caravan. And it's not a big system in there. It doesn't run high voltage, guys. That was one of the things I wanted to talk to you about in this video. I will be connecting these up in parallel, like I said, but I don't need to use extremely heavy duty cable, because most of the wires that are in there now, the ones that come from the battery, are only this size wiring here, which I think is about 8 gauge wiring, and it's probably rated to 60 or 70 amps. But if I was running like 400 amp hours and running a 3000 watt inverter, I would have to, I'll just reach over here, I would have to have a cable like this. Look at the size of that. That's nearly the size of my thumb. I think that's 95 mil. Look at the size of the lugs on it, because 12 volt and amperage creates heat, and you have to have the correct cable size. And speaking of that, let's get into the other battery, which is down here. Now that battery there was sent out to me by LiTime. I purchased another battery, which is in here. I'm going to take it out of the box, guys. Trust me, it's brand new, it's in here. I purchased this myself, I paid for it myself. I used my discount code, SAW8. And speaking of that, LiTime have just sent me an email. Black Friday is on, and they have got a sale on, runs till the end of November, and they've told me that they're offering my viewers 10% off till the end of November. So if you want to save a few dollars on a battery, remember that. I'll put it up on the screen, I'll leave it in the description. SAW10, and you'll save 10% off whatever price they've got. It's only selected battery, guys. It's mainly all this 12 volts, 100 amp hour batteries, 230 amp hour and the 280 amp hour. I'll leave links in the description so that you know which ones. So in the box you get your 2 battery terminal bolts, a couple of covers, and it is packed in really well in a great, you know, foam thing. And there's another one in the bottom, a plastic bag, and there is the new battery. Has a couple of little terminal covers on there as well to protect those. But today we are going to connect, we're going to charge these batteries up, and also we are going to connect them up to balance them. LiTime have a fantastic user manual that comes with all their batteries. It has so much information in there. It's one of the best user manuals at any battery system I have seen. There's a bit of a book in there telling you about LiTime. There's a quick start guide and a service card. Stickers, if you want to put stickers over everything, you know, sticker up your shed, sticker up your kids, sticker up your dog. Where's Jasper? There's stickers there, and a great little watertight bag, and a product manual. This product manual here is amazing, guys. It tells you everything that you would want to know about lithium batteries, how to set them up, tells you recommended cable sizes. It tells you how to set them up in series or in parallel. Remember, I'm putting them in parallel today. I do not want to increase the voltage. If you were connecting these batteries up, say you wanted to connect 4 12-volt batteries up to make a 48-volt system, you would connect them up in series. You could connect 4 of these batteries up in parallel, and all you would do, they'd still be 12.8 volts, but you would have 400 amp hours. So that's what I'm doing today. I just want to increase the amperage. I don't want to increase the volts, and I'm going to show you how to do it. But they do recommend that you balance these batteries. But first of all, I've got to charge this up. How am I going to do that? Well, I am going to use the LiTime charger, the 14.6 20 amp hour charger that I've got from LiTime. It is absolutely fantastic. So all I've got to do is connect up this Anderson plug that they supply with the unit. Now, make sure when you are fiddling around with batteries, I had them in my pocket. LiTime sent me out a couple of gloves. They're rated to 400 volts. And what I wanted to say about these batteries when you get them too, guys, it's these Bluetooth batteries. It's not with their other batteries. When they send like their normal 12-volt non-Bluetooth batteries out, they're not fully charged, but they are probably 30%. Legally, they're not allowed to send them fully charged through couriers or anything. But these smart batteries have a sleep mode in them where they switch off and they don't show any voltage. So if I was to put a multimeter on this, which I did with the other one when I got it, and it said 1.2 volts. The reason it showed that is because it was in safe mode or sleep mode, whatever you want to call it. It is just part of the system with the Bluetooth and the smart BMS in it, that it is in safe mode. Good thing about that, when it's in transit, you don't have to worry about it you know, shorting out or anything like that, even though it's got covers and everything on all the terminals. But you have to wake it up. You could do it a couple of ways. One is by connecting it up to the charger. As soon as the charger is a smart charger, puts a low voltage into the battery and wakes the battery up and fully charges it. You could connect it up to a solar panel, or even a 12-volt jump starter would probably wake the battery up. And then it should have a reasonable amount of charge in it, but you still have to charge both batteries up. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to charge this battery up completely. I'm going to charge the other battery back up completely. So what I'll do is, I will get that all done. Then we will come back and I'll show you how we're going to connect these together to balance them. And then once we do that, I'll show you how we're going to connect them up to have them connected up in parallel so that we can put them in the caravan. Cheers guys, if you've got any questions or comments or anything, please leave them down below, and I'll see you again in a second. Okay everyone, welcome back. It has been a few hours since I connected these up and both charged them all up. They're both up and running. Now I have connected the new battery to Bluetooth. It is really easy guys. On top of the battery here, there is a QR code. If you just scan that, the other QR code is to download the app. Scan the QR code and your battery will connect. You'll see it come up on the screen. You can rename it whatever you want, and it gives you all sorts of useful information. So I'll just go into one of the batteries. My gloves are interfering with me being able to press the buttons. So there we go there. So battery 2, which is this one here, 13.3 volts, 100% capacity. You can check your balancing of your cells. So this one's balanced and that one's balanced, but you've got to balance both batteries together. So how do you do that? Well, in the manual you get from LiTime, they actually give you a detailed way on how you do it, or they show you how to do it, and it's basically how you would connect them up in parallel. You connect your two negatives together, you connect your two positives together, and you leave them hooked up for at least 12 to 24 hours. Now I have made up some cables myself. These are the cables I made up. I showed you them there earlier. I forgot to mention I made those up myself because I actually went down to one of the auto stores and was going to buy a couple of pre-made cables. $28 each, just for a cable about that length. Admittedly, it was a little bit heavier due to cable, but unbelievable. I bought 4 new clips and it cost me $7. And I had the cable at home, so it's cost me $7 against $60. So I think I remember Buck talking about getting some cables made up for his system he had built up there in North Queensland, and he said he'd love to be on the same pay rate as some of these auto electricians and that. But that's a whole nother thing. I reckon the country's getting out of control with the way they charge for certain labour jobs, but not much we can do about it. If you need a job done, you've got to pay for it, and I understand people wanting a decent wage for doing things, but I don't know. What's your thoughts? Is it getting out of control? I think it is. So I'll just hook these all up, and this won't change the voltage. They'll still be 12.8 volts because basically all you're doing is hook them up in parallel. And this is basically how I will hook them up in the van as well, guys. So it'll be exactly the same. The only difference when I put them in the van is I'll have to hook up my positive and my negative to the van. And I may as well talk about that now, why these are balancing. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Like, I always thought there was going to be some mystical way you had to do this, but apparently this is all you have to do is connect them up this way. Now that's basically how, wait a sec, I'll grab the camera. So that's basically how you would connect them up in parallel, negative to negative, positive to positive, and you just let them sit for 12 to 24 hours now. Now what I'm going to do is, because I'm not running high voltage, remember I said I'm only running 12 volt at low currents. It's only running a little Dometic fridge, some 12 volt sockets, a few lights. I think the heaviest fuse in the whole van is like 20 amps, I think. There is a 50 amp fuse in there, but it's not running high voltage. And the highest amount of amperage going in is 30 amps from the battery charger. when it's charging the batteries. So that's why these cables here are rated to at least 60 amps. So, but they're well within the specifications of what they can handle. Connecting it to the van, you could connect, one here, negative here, positive here. But I was watching a few videos online and a few people talking about this, and they said when you're only running low voltage, it's not as important as if you're running high voltage. So just say these were 200 amp hour batteries and I had 400 amps and you had a 2000 watt inverter running off them. The guy said you would be better off running them, one negative off this battery and your positive off this battery. That way your power is coming from both batteries. I don't know whether that's true or not. That's just what I've researched. Let me know if you've got any thoughts on that. And the other thing is, he said he would be better off if you run it to a bus bar. So because I haven't got room to put a bus bar down where my battery goes, I'm just going to run my negative straight from this side, my positive from that battery, and that way I'll hopefully be controlling the amount of power coming out of the battery. But that's my reasoning. But definitely if you are running high voltage bus bars, make sure you get the correct size cabling, and also I would put a bus bar in so that your two negatives go down to the negative bus bar, your two positives go to the positive bus bar, your two negatives go to the negative bus bar, and then your other cords all run off the bus bar as well. That way you will be better off protected, and obviously have everything fused as well with the appropriate fuses. My van has fuses built into the system, so once I connect these up, these batteries will be fused to the BM Pro Manager 30. So that's about it. I'll leave these now for 12 hours at least, probably be a bit longer than that. And when we come back, I'll get them installed in the van. It's going to be basically exactly how it is here, guys. Exactly the same, except for my negative and my positive. I'll show you that in the van where I put them in. And then we'll flick the power on and see what happens, eh? Cheers, everyone. See you again soon. Okay, everyone. I have got the batteries installed. I left them balanced for about 20 hours, and it's the next day. And I tell you what, it's bloody warm today. So I've got them in here, got them nicely secured. They fitted in here perfectly, absolutely beautiful. I'll just say you know the size of my box here. So the biggest distance between there and there is 380 millimeters, and the height is about the biggest battery you could put in there would probably be safely about 260 and about 250, 260 deep. So not a lot of room for most batteries, but having these two 100 amp hour batteries connected together in parallel, 200 amp hours, fits in here perfectly. And we'll just quickly go through how I've connected them up again. So it's basically how I balanced them, guys. Like I said, positive to positive, and on this side here I've got my positive wire going up into the van on this battery on the right hand side. Left hand side I've got my negative at the back, and I've got my negative wire on the left hand terminal on this battery. So that's about it, pretty simple. I checked the batteries, they were both at exactly the same voltage, 13.3 volts. So all we've got to do now is go inside and turn on the monitor inside and see what it says. Like, I checked the app on the phone and it only shows you the voltage of both batteries, and they both say they're at 13.3 volts and they're both 100%. It doesn't give you a combined total. The only way I can do that is by setting up my monitor. Sorry, it's a little bit dark in here because I got no power on. That won't show anything. So let's turn all the power back on. We'll return the solar panels on. 30 amp fuse up here. And down in here, we'll flick that on. We'll flick that up. And it all should come on. We'll click back the storage mode. There we go. And the power comes on. There we go there. So down in here, these two wires here are the two wires that come from the battery. So not heavy wires at all. Like I said, it is a very low voltage system. I would really, if I had to put in an inverter, that's why I didn't have to use heavy duty cables. If I had to put an inverter in, I would have to do some upgrading of the cable size and do a little bit more research into how to connect it up myself. I know you connect the inverter straight to the battery, but I'd want to make sure that the shunt, which is built into this system, is managing the battery so that it gives a correct voltage. So that would be something that I would have to check out in the future. But for the moment, I only need to run 12 volt. I'm only running lights, fridges and USBs in here for charging. So nothing really high voltage. These are all your fuses here. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fuses. And I think the biggest one in there is about 20 amps. So as you can see, most of the wiring is fairly small stuff. It doesn't need to be high voltage because you're not running large amperages. I think the highest amperage draw thing in here would be my Dometic fridge, which probably chews about 5 amps. So that's it there. That's a 80 litre Dometic fridge, and it only chews about 5 amps maximum. The reason I put the bigger battery in is because I put a TV in here a while ago, and I wanted a little bit more power to run the TV. I'm just going to turn a fan on, guys, because it's bloody hot. I might turn the other one on over here. So lights all come on, fans are working, the fridge had come on. My management system is kicked back in again. So there you go there. It's showing the battery full, 13.7 volts, and 196 hours left at the moment because there's a bit of solar going in, and because the batteries are full, it's not showing any amperages coming out. Let's turn the fridge on, and I'm sure that will draw about 5 amps. So we'll come back up here, we'll watch this display, and we'll see what comes out. So, sorry, I was looking at the solar. There's no solar coming in. So up here, there's 4.1 amps coming out now. Batteries are at 13.6 volts. There's no solar coming in because I've got a cover over the van and the panels are in the shade at the moment. But there you go there. Everything is working fine. 3.7 amps coming out now. That's with 2 Sirocco fans going, all the lights going, and we're only using 3.7 amps. So that's what I said, guys. Really low voltage or amperage coming out of this fan, and it's bugger all really. That's why I didn't have to really worry about putting any more battery power in here. We have the All Powers power stations that we use. The new one that I've got, the new All Powers R2500, the 2500 watt inverter in it, and we've got the R1500 with the 1500 watt inverter. So, and then I've got 230 amp hours of LiTime lithium battery in the car with the 2000 watt inverter. So I think we are really covered for power, guys. We can run, I could put a small microwave in here and run it off the All Powers or off the car. There's no need to put an inverter here. Like I was saying, I think LiTime are coming out with a, or did I say? LiTime are coming out with a 330 amp hour lithium battery. It's not available in Australia yet, but when it does, if I wanted to upgrade, I may even upgrade to that 330 amp hour lithium battery, because that would fit in that box. Their new 330 amp hour mini battery, it is tiny, but 330 amp hours, absolutely amazing. So Avita, stay tuned, I may call you about that one. But speaking of LiTime, they've got a Black Friday sale going on at the moment. If I haven't already mentioned, they've got some great savings on batteries, and they've given me that 10% off till the end of November for the Black Friday sale. So my normal discount is SAW8, but if you put the new one in, SAW10, I'll leave a link in the description to LiTime, and also just put the discount code on there. I'll put it up on the screen as well. But put SAW10 in on checkout, whatever price it is on the sale. So if they've got 30% off or 27% off or whatever their percentage off is on a battery, you can get an extra 10% off on top of that. So if it's 30%, you'll get 40% off. So that will be a great saving. So don't miss out if you're thinking about you want to upgrade your system. Now would be a perfect time with this Black Friday sale to grab yourself a great battery. I think they've got the smart Group 24 smart batteries included in the 10% off, as well as their other 100 amp hour 12 volt batteries, and also their 230 amp hour, their 200 and their 280 amp hour 12 volt batteries. So I'll leave links in the description to all those. I'll leave it in the description so you can read what it is, so you don't get confused. It doesn't apply to everything on their website, but it applies to most of the important stuff that you may be wanting to buy here in Australia. But you could always use my SAW8. I think that still works for anything else on the website. So I hope you've got something out of this video. It has been great bringing it to you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe as well, guys, because I'm going to have a giveaway soon. When I say soon, I think it'll be in the new year. I'm trying to get to 1 million views on YouTube. I've only about 22,000 to go, and I want to celebrate 1 million views on YouTube. LiTime have got behind me. They've given me one of these 100 amp hour 12 volt smart batteries that you'll be able to win. I'll announce details when it becomes available on how you can win it. So make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and you could pick yourself one of these batteries. Another way you can do it, if you're a member of the Buckaroony community or my community, Buck is having a Christmas raffle or Christmas trivia giveaway, and LiTime have also supplied him one of these batteries to give away as well. So they are a great company. They get behind our communities. I know they do other stuff with raising money for different charities and things like that in Australia as well. So get behind this company. They're supporting us in Australia. Absolutely fantastic. They've got great service, great batteries, great after-sale service, and 5-year warranty, guys. And if I didn't mention, these batteries are also waterproof, this particular one as well. So it's good for marine use if you want to put it in a boat or in a kayak with a 12 volt motor, or stack. You can get the 24 volt batteries as well if you're running little outboards or stuff like that. But that's why I put it in. I was great about what I can put it in my van out there, because that box isn't waterproof, but I know the batteries are going to be safe. There are so many other cheaper batteries out there that leak water, and you have nothing but trouble with them. But I can tell you these batteries here are 100% sealed and waterproof, and you won't have any trouble with it. And having the Bluetooth capabilities is absolutely amazing. So thank you very much. I'll stop talking, otherwise this video is going to go too long and you won't want to watch it. But cheers, guys. Stay safe, look after each other, and if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them down below. See you later. Bye. I better go get Annie and show her what I've done, eh? Cheers, everyone.